guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Naylin. We're back with another video. Feel me? Before we even get into the video, before we even go over there, make sure you guys go and hit that subscribe button. I want 1.5k by the end of this month, period. And we are at like 1,390, so run it up. As you guys can tell from the title, today is going to be a Ualbany freshman do and don't video. Do's and don'ts video. You guys have really been highly requesting Albany videos lately, I guess because we are moving into Albany lately, and because you requested it, I will provide it because I love giving you guys videos that I know you guys are going to actually watch. Also, I want there to be a Ualbany part 3 video in the works, but you guys have to ask more questions for that. Some people have been asking me questions, but there just aren't enough at the moment. So comment any questions you have about Albany in general down below. Is it about moving in, being a freshman, a sophomore, whatever, the food? Just comment it down below, and when we have enough questions, there will be a part 3. Anyways, let's get into the video. So in today's video, I'm just going to be telling you guys the do's and don'ts because I feel like a lot of freshmen make these mistakes. These are mistakes that I made. Okay, well, not all of them, but these are mistakes that a lot of people make, or not even a mistake, they just don't care. But I wrote them all down. We got a hefty list, feel me, because I noticed that when I don't write my notes down, the video literally be all over the place. Like my puff right now, it be all over the place. So let's get into it. The first thing you don't want to do that literally every single last freshman does is spend all your CC dollars within the first month. So the meal plan that most freshmen get is that you have unlimited swipes into the dining hall, and then you have I think $125 for the CC, which is the campus center, where they have fountain grill and pizza and just a sushi plate, just all the different foods. That's where it's at. However, you only have $125, and some things be adding up. Some stuff you get 50% off. I think Starbucks you get 10% off. But at the end of the day, you're still gonna go blow through it mad fast. And everybody makes the same mistake. Oh, I don't want the dining hall. I'm gonna go get a burger from Fountain Grill. Every morning I was eating pancakes and bacon, and me and my best friend, he was getting an egg omelet, and I was using my card. And yeah, after a while, I realized that I had $1 left. Yeah, do not spend all your CC dollars. You can add more money to it, but it's why spend more of your money adding it to the card? So just really ration your CC dollars. I'm not going to say that you're going to make 125 CC dollars last for the whole 5 months, but just try, okay? Just try. And don't share your CC dollars. If somebody blows through their CC dollars in 1 week, don't share, because then you're gonna be just right with them, with no money at all. And don't go to the CC every single you're gonna probably walk around in a CC. The CC is mixy, so you're probably gonna hang out in the CC, but do not use your CC dollars every day, because I promise you it's you blink and they disappear. You walk outside and they disappear. That's how fast they go by. The next thing you don't want to do is wait till the last minute to study for a test. Because listen, this is not high school anymore where y'all probably covered the same chapter for the past 2 weeks, and now the teacher is going to give y'all a little easy test that you know the answers to. This is college, where every day you're either practicing a new chapter, or you're reading a big chapter with a lot of information, and you have so many classes. So trust me, you're not going to be able to retain every single last thing from all your classes. So if you know that you have a test 2 weeks from now, and you know the topics that are going to be on the test, start going over your notes and really start studying little by little, so that way the day before the test you just have to kind of review things, but you don't have to try to force yourself to memorize it, if you get what I'm saying. Because listen, honey, I've done that a couple of times. I waited till the night before to want to study for a bio test or a chemistry test, and let me just tell you, them grades was not looking beautiful. Do not do it to yourself. And if you don't understand something, definitely go to office hours, but try to study a little bit every day. And not even study, but just, especially if you're a science major, just kind of review what you learned that day, just so it's implanted in your head and you really understand it. Because you can take all the notes you want, but you're probably not memorizing it because you're racing to take down the notes. They be swiping through the slides mad fast, they don't want us to see it. But really just reread over your notes at the end of the day for all your classes, just so you can kind of be okay, this is what I learned, okay, I remember this, okay, I got it, instead of waiting till the night before and you have 30 pages worth of notes that you got to read. The next thing you don't want to do that kind of go hand in hand The next thing you want to do that kind of goes hand in hand with not waiting till the night before to want to study for a test is don't wait till the night before to want to do your assignments or start your paper. If you're taking WCI, writing critical inquiry, you just know you're going to have to write like 5-page papers, 10-page papers, like you don't want to wait for the night before, because these are not high school teachers where they're just gonna like, you can write some BS and they're gonna be like, okay, whatever. They're really reading it and they're really grading it from the format you use, the heading you use, if you have like a heading and the page number at the top, your grammar, if you use citations, like they're grading every single thing. So you don't want to wait till the night before to do it, because you're just gonna rush through it, you're gonna be repeating yourself, and they don't like repetition. No, they don't. And yeah, you're not gonna get a good grade. So don't wait till the last minute. Work on it like sporadically throughout the week, so that way the night before you can just add like your finishing touches, or just like, you know, finish it up and like edit it or whatever. But don't wait till the night before, because like that's just a recipe for chaos. Like, you don't want to do that. The next thing you don't want to do is be a loner. Go out to like events, clubs, parties. Like there's always some type of like organization throwing something. Like it'll be like little stuff. Like I know, for example, there's like a curly hair club, and they were doing something like making like a leave-in conditioner for your hair, or conditioner for your hair, or something like along those lines. Or other clubs were having stuff where you like make like a little succulent plant and it was mad cute. Like there's always something going on for you to do, especially for the freshmen. Like they will have it posted in the tower in your hall. Like you will see the flyer and just go to it, and I promise you, like you will make friends, you will have fun. Like don't sit up in your room. That's a big mistake I made in high school and elementary and middle school. I didn't really have to push myself out of my boundaries to make friends. People kind of just gravitated towards me, and I didn't really go to like big schools. But college is way different. Don't nobody care who you are, because people are either coming in here with friends already, or friends that they kind of met online, or they're just already naturally social butterflies. I'm not a social butterfly, so it was a little bit harder for me to really make friends. And I'm not gonna lie, freshman year I really didn't have that group. Like, you know how people have that group where like they do everything with that group, go everywhere with that group. If they want to go to the dining hall or hang out, whatever, they have that specific friend group. I didn't have that. Like one day I'll be with this group of friends, and the next day I'll be with that group of friends. Like I really didn't have my own set group of friends, and hopefully, you know, sophomore year that changes. But really, just be a social butterfly, because I feel like that first month when people made their friends, it's a little bit harder to make friends, because people aren't really looking to add into their circle. Not saying it's impossible, but it's a little hard. The next thing you don't want to do is wait till the end of the day to do laundry. This is like the worst mistake you can ever do, is wait till the end of the day to do laundry, and then on top of that, do it on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Friday is the last day of classes. So if you're doing it on a Friday at the end of the day, I promise you, people are doing their laundry before they're getting ready for their party, or like they're doing their laundry and getting ready for their party. Saturday and Sunday, same thing. People aren't in class, so they're doing their laundry. So it's going to be super duper 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 crowded, especially if you live in a low rise. It's literally like 2 washers, 2 dryers. And in the tower, it's like a decent sized laundry, but it get packed. Okay, honey, it gets packed. And people be leaving their clothes in there. People be taking people's clothes out, put it on the floor, whatever. Somebody took my clothes out, and I was just sitting down there waiting for them to come get their stuff. Because I would be like, why'd you take my stuff out? But then I had to realize, like, I couldn't be mad, because I did leave it in the washer, like, and it was crowded. Like, I can't blame them, because I did the same thing afterwards a couple times. Like, if you want to do your laundry like in the afternoon. Like, if you have like a big gap, do your laundry during that time, like during the week, because everybody's in class, nobody's in the laundromat. Or if you really want to do your laundry at night, I literally would do laundry at like 3 a.m. Nobody would be down there. So definitely try not to do your laundry during popular times. The next thing you don't want to do is do all the work in a group project. You're not going to get a group project for every single class, but in some of the classes you might get a group project. Like I know it's WCI, we did get a group project. And when you're working with other people, you want to make sure that, because it's a big project, like it's college, it's a big project. You want to make sure that you guys are evenly spreading the work out and everybody's really doing their part. So if you notice that you're doing your part and your friend is doing their part, and then there's a third person who's just not doing any work at all, which happened in my group, then, you know, definitely like reach out to them. But like before you go to the teacher, reach out to them, email them, whatever, especially if you're not friends with them, and be like, hey, you know, I noticed that you haven't been doing your part. Do you need help? Like, not help to the point where you're doing it for them, but help like if they need certain information, or they're like they can't find what they're looking for, then be like, oh, okay, here's some links, here's some things to help you. But if they're really not doing their work, and the teacher is like, oh, if one person doesn't do their work, you all get like a 0 or F or whatever, then definitely email the teacher and be like, listen, here's what I did, here's what my friend did, and this person is really not holding up their part of the deal, so can you please like speak to them, or just let us do this project separately, because trust me, you do not want to be doing nobody else's work when you already have too much work on your own. The next thing you don't want to do, which is a part of socializing, is not talk to people in your class. You definitely want to talk to people in your class, just in case you get an assignment where it's too hard. You at least have somebody else's number in your class where they can help you with that exact same work, or you can do the work together. If you're a science major and like you already attend the University of Ualbany, you know those bio and chemistry group chats be clutch, because they be walling with the homework. And when actually, I'm not even going to say that, I'm gonna say that, but you just know that they be coming in clutch. Like, definitely, if you're a science major, become friends with the people in your class and talk to them about making a group chat, or ask them if they're already in a group chat and if they can add you, because trust me, there's going to be a day where you probably oversleep or you forgot that you had an assignment and somebody is going to bless the group chat with the answers, or even just to study with each other. Like, sometimes you'll understand something better when you hear it from a friend than when you hear it from a teacher, because the teacher is so smart and old and knowledgeable, so they're just explaining it in a way that it kind of sounds like the textbook, whereas your friend may understand it a little bit differently and may be able to explain it to you in a way where it's like related to real world problems, so you really understand it, feel me? The next thing, this is for my ladies. Well, I mean, I guess it could be for the boys too, but it's mostly for the ladies. Do not talk to the upperclassmen. Don't. Now, I'm not saying you can't be friends with them. I'm just saying if they try to flirt with you, sell you some dream, all I'm gonna say is sell them the same dream that they're selling you, but do not take them seriously. You have to remember, these are grown men. You're not in high school anymore. These are grown men. And when they graduate and start their real life, you're still gonna be here in college and they're gonna be somewhere doing their own thing. So if you like them, that's fine, but don't like really set your heart on it, because chances are the same thing they're telling you, they're probably telling like 10 different other girls. So just cool it. And also, don't be a clout chaser. Albany is known for having a lot of people with clout, whether it's rappers or they dress nice or they're famous or they do YouTube or whatever, but don't be the person that you want to gravitate to all the people with the clout, because trust me, they're gonna see right through you and other people are gonna notice it and be like, she's just a clout chaser, like she want to be wherever. Like, don't be a groupie basically, because people will notice and talk about you. Like, people think Albany is a big school and it's really not. So if you're being a groupie or a clout chaser, people are going to notice. The next thing you don't want to do is create a new you. So many people come to Albany and do this and it's crazy. What I mean by don't create a new you is, like, obviously if you're coming to college and you want to better yourself, then go ahead and do that, but don't come to college and then try to like change yourself to fit in with the group of people that you meet. So say if you're like a really like shy, quiet person and you don't really go to parties, you don't really like to be in different boys' rooms every night, but your friends do that and they start trying to drag you along, don't start doing that trying to fit in, because they may not have a good reputation and now you're adding yourself into that clique, so now you don't have a good reputation either. Don't come to Albany trying to be some big, you know, like mean girl with the rest in B face, you know, when really in the city you're a nice person, and you know that's not, your heart don't be like that basically. I'm not even gonna try to sugarcoat it. Your heart don't be like that, so don't try to come to school and then try to act like your heart beats like that, feel me? So just better yourself, like, for good reasons, but don't change yourself completely, because there's always going to be somebody that knows somebody that doesn't go to school that knows you, that's going to give them the tea, like, oh, she's not even like that, he's not even like that, that's not even her clothes. Like, just be yourself. The next thing you don't want to do is wear your most expensive clothes or bag or shoes. I mean, not clothes. Your most expensive coat, bag, or shoes to a party. First of all, in the wintertime, I promise you, nobody even goes to like parties with a jacket on. Like, they probably put on a little bomber or a little leather jacket, but nobody brings their winter coat, for the simple fact, them parties be hot. There be no AC, no central air, no fan, no nothing. Like, you're going to be sweating bullets to the point where you're going to want to go outside in the snow and just stand there for a little bit to cool down, and it's going to feel good. Like, nobody brings their jacket because there's nowhere to put it. Like, I promise you, if you bring a Gucci bag to a party and you take it off because you want to dance and you don't want to hold it and you walk away, when you come back to get it, it's not going to be there. And that applies for the jackets. Like, don't do that. Get like a little jacket you don't care about. So if you don't have one that you don't care about, I suggest you go online and you buy yourself either a little leather jacket or a jean jacket or whatever you find that's cute, or a sweater or whatever, that if somebody takes it, you won't be upset. Because, and also, don't bring everything with you to a party. Like, if you're gonna bring a bag that's comfortable for you to dance in, that you're not gonna want to take off or put down, because when you're not looking, somebody will go through that bag. Sometimes drunk people will just be looking at stuff, and then there are people at parties that be looking to steal. So just don't bring anything of value to you. Like, obviously you want to bring your phone, probably put a little bit of money in the back of your case, and that's it. Like, don't bring all that extraness, because you don't want to have more stuff for people to take, feel me? And don't wear your most expensive shoes, because when it be crowded, people will step all over your feet, literally all over your feet. People are going to spill stuff, throw up. I'm not saying people are going to throw up on you, but don't wear your most expensive sneakers, because if you go to a party with white sneakers, you're going to go back home with black sneakers. Like, don't do it to yourself. The next thing you don't want to do, that I feel like a lot of people tend to do, is tell all their business to all their friends. You may be good friends with a lot of people, but that doesn't mean they all deserve to know your business. They don't need to know what you've been doing with anybody, who you're talking to, any like good things that might be going on in your life, because sometimes people do wish bad on you. That's something that I believe in. And you know, just not everybody needs to know. Get your 1 or 2 close friends, preferably like a roommate or a suite mate that you can talk to, and only tell them your business. Or they don't even have to be a roommate or a suite mate, but just somebody that you know isn't going to spread your business. Because like I said, people think Albany is a big school, and it's really not. Like, you tell one person something and by next week the whole campus will know or would have heard of it. So just be very cautious of who you tell your business to. The next thing you don't want to do is try to keep up with the latest fashions. I feel like Albany is so known for people going all types of crazy for our homecoming. Like, we really be like drip or drown. But don't try to keep up with the latest fashions. Like, don't spend all your money before moving day buying expensive clothing, because best believe nobody cares what you're wearing. Like, there's obviously those people that wear like really expensive outfits, then there's the Asians who just go crazy, go stupid, like they be wearing stuff that nobody else can afford. Like, some guy was wearing Gucci sneakers as slippers. Like, literally he was stepping on the heel of the shoe and just wearing it as sneakers. I will never forget that. Like, I was just like, can I be like you one day? Like, but yeah, don't spend all your money trying to keep up, because truthfully nobody cares what you wear. Like, you can wear sweatpants every day, leggings every day, like nobody cares, because there's so many people that you have to remember, not everybody is wearing expensive stuff. There's people who probably don't care about Gucci, don't care about Louis, like they don't care. They're wearing they're wearing a coat from like probably Gap or something. Like, they really don't care what you wear. Like, just don't spend the money if you don't have it. Like, don't try to keep up with what everybody else is wearing. Don't keep up with what everybody else is buying. Like, if you don't want it, or you know that you don't need it, or you don't have the funds for it, don't spend your time buying it, because truthfully nobody cares. The next thing you don't want to do is make unnecessary trips to Walmart. If your friend is going to Walmart and they ask you if you want to go, leave your debit card or your credit card or all your money back in your room. Because I promise you, if you make an unnecessary trip to Walmart, you're going to spend so much money. I can't even tell you guys how many times I made this mistake of going to Walmart with my friends and then leaving with stuff that I didn't need, just because you're walking around and you're seeing things and you're not with your parents to tell you, oh, you don't need that, put it down, yada yada yada. You're shopping for yourself, so you can technically buy whatever you want, but it's like when you don't need something but you're looking at something and you're just being greedy, you'd be like, okay, let me just buy this, let me buy that, let me buy this, and let me buy that, and next thing you know, you're checking out and your stuff is like $100 and something. And if you're going every week, that really starts to add up. So if you're going to Walmart with a friend, leave your money at home. And if you're going to Walmart because you really need stuff, buy everything you need that one trip so that you don't have to keep coming back. And before you start picking up a lot of snacks, really look at the snacks and be like, okay, when am I going to eat this? Do I really need this? No, I don't really need this. Let me put this back. Like, really budget. Like, you really need to know how to budget in college, because your money will literally disappear in the blink of an eye. The next thing you don't want to do is get a job with bad grades or get a job your first semester. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't get a job at all or try to get a job or look for a job, but I'm just saying for your first semester, I feel like you should try to at least experience college. Like, not in the sense of, oh, if you get a job you can't have fun, but in the sense of, see if you can keep up with the schoolwork. Because if you don't have a job and you can't even keep up with the work, imagine trying to keep up with the work when you do have a job and other responsibilities. Because it's like, when you don't have a job, you have all the time in the world to do your work. But when you do have a job, that's certain times out of the day where you need to do your work and you're not able to because you're working. Like, yes, money is important, but that's why it's important to budget, so that you can really keep your grades, like, you know, at the passing area. I'm not saying they have to be A's, because C's get degrees too, but keep them, you know, above water. And then second semester, see how you did the first semester, and then see like, okay, do I need a job, yada yada yada. Or if you really need a job, try to find one on campus, because them Albany buses, y'all, it's like 3 buses that have the exact same number but all go in different directions. Like, I can't even tell you how many times I've gotten lost trying to go to Crossgates Mall or trying to go to Walmart. Like, I always end up on the wrong bus. But it's like, why do you have 312 buses? Like, change the number. 12 is not the only number. The next thing you don't want to do is take early classes, or at least you don't want to take early classes on a Monday. Now, I feel like if you take early classes throughout other days of the week, you'll be okay, because who is really partying throughout the week? I mean, there are people partying throughout the week, but you really shouldn't be partying throughout the week. So I feel like a 9 a.m. class would be okay. Like, let me tell y'all, first semester I had a 9 a.m. class Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then on Tuesdays I had an 8 a.m. class, which was my lab, which was from 8 to like 11. And I'm gonna be honest with you, 9 a.m. classes really aren't that bad, but I definitely suggest trying to go for a 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. class, and of course anything after 12. But just remember that the earlier you start class, the earlier you finish. So there was a lot of days where I was literally done by like 12:30, 1 o'clock, and all my other friends still had classes that end at like 7 o'clock. I'm not really looking forward to this semester because the schedule I have is really wonky. Like, I have these big gaps, and then I have classes that end at like 8 o'clock at night, but then I also have days where I have classes really early. So it's like I really don't know, like nothing is lining up. But yeah, when you talk to your advisor on your orientation day, definitely ask them, be like, if you have an 8 a.m. class, be like, is there any way I can move this to like 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. or even like 2 o'clock, 2 to 3, that's not bad, 3 to 4, that's not bad, 4 to 5, that's not bad. But like, don't do it to yourself. I'm telling you, don't. Like, obviously if you want to try it, go ahead, but trust me, college is something different. You probably thinking, oh, in high school I always woke up at 7 or 6 o'clock so I could do it, but that's different. You live with your parents. They're gonna wake you up if you don't get up for yourself. In college, your parents are not there to wake you up. So if you don't wake up, you just don't wake up. And then if you do wake up and you're late, you can decide not to go or to go, and your parents will not know. The next thing you don't want to do is get like sloppy drunk every time you go out, because people will remember you and will remember what you did if you did anything crazy, and even your friends will kind of be like, obviously if you're my friend, I have no problem taking care of you, but if I have to do it every single time I go out with you, I'm not gonna want to go with you anymore, because I want to go out to have fun, not go out to babysit you. Because if we have to leave a party early because you're sloppy drunk, I'm gonna be highly upset. Like, and some people, when they get sloppy drunk, they start taking clothes off, they start saying the craziest things, and you don't want that to be you, because best believe people will be at the party recording you, talking about you, whatever. So really know your limits if you're gonna drink, and make sure you're safe at all times. Always leave the party with whoever you came with. But yeah, the point is, know your limits and don't get sloppy drunk. Like, if it's your birthday, okay, like whatever, but if it's every weekend you're like this, then baby girl, you don't need to go out no more. You just need to stay home. Like, you need to stay in your room. You need to read a book, because clearly you and alcohol and parties do not mix. But anyways, that is all my do's and don'ts for freshmen. We are moving in next month. I'm so excited. Like, and you guys have been so active lately. Like, I think I want to start doing shout outs. So if you guys want to shout out, like, I'm probably gonna start doing them at like the beginning of my video or the end of my video. I don't really know, but if you guys want to shout out, just like take an Instagram story of you watching my video and tag me on Instagram, and then from there I'll pick three people, and then I'll put them at the beginning of my video. Because like, y'all really just been loving the Ualbany videos, y'all been commenting, y'all been doing everything, and I just want to show appreciation to y'all. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I cannot wait to see you guys like our moving day. Like, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna turn red probably. But yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Oh, and also don't forget to comment more questions if y'all want that Ualbany part 3 video, because listen, if I don't got no questions, I can't make no video, period. So now y'all can go.